Well, hello there, book club. This is Dan from One Man Book Club. I want to talk to you about something really fun today. Who likes satire? Raise your hand. I do. This is a fun satire series, The Cleremont Conjectures by D.A. Holdsworth. Book 1, publication order, is called How to Buy a Planet. Book 2, in publication order, is called The Zoo of Intelligent Animals. Now, I say a publication order because The Zoo of Intelligent Animals is chronologically the first book. I read them backwards for that reason. Normally, the idea of reading the second book before the first book would cause my heart to beat faster, my palms to sweat, but I did it for this reason. Here's why. I saw that book 2, The Zoo of Intelligent Animals, was a prequel, like I said, to book 1, How to Buy a Planet. And I don't typically like to be bothered with prequels. I think they're unnecessary. But in this case, the prequel was much better reviewed than the first book, and it seemed to have more of an interesting story. So I was like, shoot, I'm just going to go read it first. So I read The Zoo of Intelligent Animals first. Did I make the right call? Well, yes, I think I did. Book 1 was pretty okay. It wasn't terrible. It was a lot of fun. There were some problems. But anyway, book 1 was pretty okay. Book 2, though, was super, super fun, and I probably wouldn't have read book 2 or felt the need to read book 2 if I had started with book 1 first. So, that being said, let's just chat about the Cleremont Conjectures for a moment, beginning with book 2. Now, these are highly original first contact stories. I was super surprised at how fresh and fun they felt. Now, in Zoo of Intelligent Animals, it's 1977. SETI has detected ET, and the British government is in a panic, trying to figure out how to respond. Now, as all of the key players begin to introduce themselves, we learn that first contact actually isn't first contact, as a small group of them has already been talking to them for years. And it turns out they have been kidnapping and relocating us to a zoo on another planet. Yep, humans are the main attraction at the galaxy's #1 tourist destination, hence Zoo of Intelligent Animals. Now, clearly, an intergalactic rescue operation is the obvious course of action. Antics ensue, the unknown universe becomes known, fun is had, fun for the reader, not for the characters. That's book 1, or book 2, book 2, publishing order, book 1 chronologically. Now, How to Buy a Planet, which is book 1 in publishing order, book 2 chronologically, takes place in a post-pandemic 2024. The governments of the world are deeply in debt due to the pandemic that must not be named, and we're all over the world, every government in the world is teetering on the edge of collapse. Now, luckily, our world leaders are united in what is obviously the best of all solutions. They have sold the Earth. Thanks to the irresistibly cute aliens, the whole planet agrees. Selling the planet Earth to intergalactic other races was a stroke of genius. Yeah. Luckily, 3 London college students with no money but lots of other best hero qualities have a chance meeting with the one professor on Earth who has prior experience with all our new extraterrestrial landlords. See the previously mentioned prequel to meet this, and you'll meet this professor. Anyway, the college students, the professor, they know that something is fishy going on. So they team up together to figure out the truth and end up with a crash course in space travel and intergalactic economics so that they hopefully can save us from ourselves before the Earth is destroyed. So, what did I think? Well, I loved book 2. I liked book 1. How to Buy a Planet is intended to be satire, like I said. The soapbox stance on responsible economics was just a little bit too in your face for me. I don't love being preached to without warning, regardless if I agree or not. I expected some clever message subtly told through like a fun story, but instead I got like punched in the face with this lesson on the foibles of modern economics delivered via sledgehammer. Other than that, I was pleasantly surprised by the quality, the originality of both stories. I do recommend both books. If I could go back in time and advise myself on reading book 1 or book 2 first, I would say I would say ideally I would read them in publication order, but I would tell myself that even though book 1 had some annoying parts, still read book 2. Since that's not possible, I am glad that I read book 2 before book 1. I don't know if that confuses you or not. If you can go back and tell yourself to read book 1, but also read book 2, do it. If you can't, then go back and read book 2 first. Anyway. So, anyway, there you go. Advice you didn't ask for. I just write book reviews. That's what I do. Give advice without asking for it. No content concerns, mild language, no explicit sex, no violence. The books are a bit dense and deal with grown-up world stuff, so I don't really think young teenagers are going to get into these. So I'll just say the Cleremont Conjectures are best for 16 and up. Book 1, How to Buy a Planet. Book 2, The Zoo of Intelligent Animals by D.A. Holdsworth. Lots of fun. Give them a try. Let me know what you think. Happy reading, everyone.